You know, friends, I'll make it very, very fast because I don't know. We do have time a little bit. And again, I have nothing new to tell you, just to give each other little strength. You know, the Gemara says, Omar ben Yomin. You know, the Gemara says, Omar ben Yomin. Hatta b'cheskes sumin. Ad she'HaKadosh Baruch Hu peseches eneim. Everybody's blind until God makes you see. You can stand next to the thing you're looking for all your life. All your life. You don't see it. Unless God opens your eyes. You know, friends, you can stand next to your soulmate for 100 years. If God doesn't open your eyes, say, I look at you, yeah. I know your name is Spencer. What is that? You know, friends, it is possible to stand next to the person who loves you the most, and you don't even know it. What will happen when Mashiach is coming? Do you think suddenly we'll take courses in how to get out anger from your heart, and we go through changes and we start loving each other, and we have intensive weekends, on love, and led by a Messiah? And you better start saving now, going to be very expensive. The upkeep of the donkey alone is really like... Anyway, we call the donkey in the new hotel for the donkey. Anyway, I want you to know what will happen when Mashiach is coming. You know what will happen? God will open our eyes. God will open our eyes. God will open the eyes of nations in how to get out anger from your heart, and we go through changes and we start loving each other, and we have intensive weekends, on love, and led by a Messiah. And you better start saving now, going to be very expensive. The upkeep of the donkey alone is already like... Anyway, we call the donkey in the new hotel for the donkey. Anyway, I want you to know what will happen when Mashiach is coming. You know what will happen? God will open our eyes. God will open our eyes. God will open the eyes of nations. And they look at each other. Say, crazy. You're my best friend. You're my best friend. You're my best friend. Opening of the eyes, geweldig so deep. Geweldig so deep. You know, friends, it is possible to stand next to the most beautiful woman in the world, and you say, oh, her nails are dirty, I don't like her hairdo. That's all you see. That's what you see. Gewalt. I can go to Yerushalayim. There's an unbelievable medrash. Listen to this, sweetest friends. An old Yidele who was never in Yerushalayim. Somehow he thought it's a waste of time. Anyway, he goes to Yerushalayim. And Yerushalayim is supposed to be a holy city and the holy temple, I'm looking for something special. Anyway, he's already 70 years old, and he walks down the street of Yerushalayim. He says, one of the kids, what's the name of the city here? They said Yerushalayim. He says, thank you very much. I said, you mean you're 70 years old? God bless you, and you don't know Yerushalayim? Anyway, he goes up a mountain, sees a little building. He says, what's this? He said, the Beis HaMikdash, the holy temple. It doesn't look like anything, but anyway. He goes into the holy temple and he sees the Kohanim all dressed in white, running around, from one to the other. Well, what's going on here? I said, they bring the sacrifices, they're serving God. He looks at the others and he spits out. He says, this is the best of Mikdash, and he walks away. You know how deep this is? You can stand by the gates of heaven. You can stand in the place where God's presence is shining in the deepest, deepest, deepest way, more than in paradise. And unless God opens your eyes, you don't see anything. You don't see anything. You know, friends, some people look at their children and they think, yeah, they're cute. And they don't even see that they're their children. You know, children can look at their parents and say, yeah, Mr. Cohn, Mrs. Cohn. And they don't even see that they're really their parents. Yeah, now they're my parents. Do you see it? Does Mama see it? You know, husband and wife can look at you and say, yeah, you're my wife, you're my husband, so. I remember you stood under the chuppah with me, so. Besides that you dyed your hair a few times, you look the same, right? But what do you see? What do you see? And I want you to know that there are things which God makes very obvious, like 1 and 1 is 2 is clear. There's a tree. It's also a miracle that God shows me is a tree. The more important it is in life, the more deeper it is. The more harder it is to see. And the more you have to cry your eyes out till you see it. And here I want to share with you an Alexandra Torah from that last Alexandra. You know, the Gemara says, why did God begin the story, the Torah was a story of creation? And it's a long story, but Rashi says to let us know that the Holy Land belongs to us, because God, who created the world, gave us the Holy Land. And Rashi says, God gave the Holy Land, L'mishu Yeshua B'enev, to whom God feels fit. If you translate it as simple as L'mishu Yeshua B'enev means, according to God's eyes, or God felt fit, that's to whom God gave the Holy Land. Okay, it's sweet. Doesn't turn your soul over. The Alexandra said, L'mishu Yeshua B'enev. In Yiddish it's longer. There was it ausgeglichene Augen. Genau. Yeshua B'enev. Ausgeglichene Augen. Someone whose eyes are straight. Mamish. God gave the Holy Land to the one whose eyes are straight. Mamish. Who can see. God gives everything holy just to the person who can see it. Because if you don't see it, what good is it? So here I want you to know, friends, there's prophecy, right? And David mentioned before, I want you to know there's something deeper than prophecy. You know, the way a prophet sees, it's much like I see a tree. A prophet can see the way Isaiah saw the Messiah coming. Like as clear as I see this is a mic and it's a table. Mamish, Isaiah saw, and he knew exactly which day it is. Mamish, the Yotze Choyte Megiddo Yisho he saw, Mamish, a great grandson of King David, is coming to redeem the world. He saw it as clear as I see this. Then there's something deeper. It's not clear, it's not like a tree. Mamish, God opened my eyes and I see it. Just me. More secret kind of seeing. You know, like Alexander says, I'm still nearsighted. But yet I see from one corner of the world to the other. And I want you to know, my most beautiful friends, the Ishbitzer says the whole book of Bamidbar is just this, is it. You know, we're now in the 5th book. Bereshit is the book of creation. Shema is the book of redemption out of Egypt, that's giving us his teaching. Vayikra is the book of serving God. Bamidbar is the book of mistakes. Everybody's making mistakes. What were they missing? It's possible you see everything, but this deepest depths you didn't see. You know, friends, I can yell at somebody, I wish God would open my eyes, I would see how much this person loves me. Gewalt, I wish I would. You know, sometimes a person did us wrong and we yell at them, we're angry. Can't you see how broken they are, that they hurt your feelings? Gewalt, where's your eyes? Where are your eyes? In the last Shabbos, we learned about Korach. Rashi says, Eino Hidosai. His eyes went straight. He didn't see it. And you know why he didn't see it? He was so holy. He didn't see the holiness of somebody else. Listen to this. Korach never sinned in his whole life. He had no part in the sin of the golden calf. If you remember, Aaron was involved. In fact, Aaron took it upon himself. He made the golden calf in order to take the sin of Israel. What? Korach saw that the high priest is a person who made the golden calf. Facts of life. And now, Mamish, he saw that the spies coming back, everything falls apart. He says, what the world needs, we need a new high priest. We need a new high priest. Change the whole picture. But you know he didn't see? He didn't see how holy Aaron is. You know, friends, how much does it take to see somebody else doing wrong and realize they only wanted to save somebody else's life? That's already the deepest depth. For that you need a lot of depth. And I want you to know the deepest depths. You know why Aaron's children are so holy? Because Aaron had the deepest kinds of eyesight. And you know, in Kabbalistic terms, Aaron is the same letters like Nero, Mamish. Nero Lech Hashem, Aaron's eyes. You know, when a person, the biggest sinner, came to the Beis HaMikdash, and Aaron HaKohen looked at him, you think he saw a sinner? He saw a Yidel is so broken that he didn't serve God so far. Aaron HaKohen said, about this Yidel, if I only fix him up a little bit, shining from one corner of the world to the other. You know, friends, to see Yerushalayim, to see the Holy Land, Mamish, you need straight eyes. Gewalt, we need straight eyes. And here I want to share something very fast with you. I want to sing a song. I'm sure Mary wants to say something. You know, there's Torah Shebiksav, the Torah which is written in letters. Everything is clear. Aleph is Aleph, Beis is Beis. Torah Shebal Peh is, I look at those words, and I know there's something deeper to it. There's so much deeper. And this deeper touches me so deep that suddenly God reveals to me the deepest secret. You know, when I get a business letter, I read it once and I know it. I get a love letter, I look at it 1,000 times. And each time it looks to me, revealing me the deepest depths. I remember one boy when I was in yeshiva got a letter, I started reading it 1,000 times. You know, you could say, like his name was, let's say, Reuben, I could have written, Dear Reuven, dearest Reuven, my dearest Reuven. He says, you know how she writes to me? My dearest Reuven. He walked around all day long. Who knows what kind of Torah he was saying over those 3 words, right? I want you to know, my most beautiful friends, it's possible to look at Shabbos and not see the holiness of Shabbos. You know, our sisters have the great privilege kindling lights on Shabbos. Isn't that crazy? Shabbos is the greatest light in the world. And you need 2 candles. You know what it is? It's possible to see Shabbos and not to see it at all. I mean, the Shabbos is the most boring day of the week, you know, crazy. What do? Pray a little bit, eat chont, eat lakshan soup, then you go home, sleep around. It's disgusting. And it really is, if this is what you see. So you know what our mothers do for us, our sisters? Kindle little lights. But those little lights, mamash, open our eyes. Mamash see. Mamash see. Really, 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 really see. And you want to say something right now? Not yet. Don't we want to say some holy word?